Truth Alert Zone is broadcast from a secure bunker in an undisclosed location. You are in no danger by receiving this transmission.
Okay, everybody, welcome again to the Truth Alert Zone. This time I want to talk to you about the false flag attacks in Syria, the gas attacks in Damascus, false flag attack, and the agenda behind that, and the overall bigger agenda for World War III, and why the reptilian Illuminati are escalating that through the false flag attacks in Syria. And I believe it has a lot to do with these flying Vimana, which have been discovered in a cave in Afghanistan. And what these are is an ancient alien technology. And so they really want to get their hands on this. And so I've got a report on that. And then after that, I have an even more shocking investigation, which will reveal the satanic nature of their plans for moving in. And this video is not for the faint of heart. This video is absolutely shocking. And once again, you see that I cannot reveal what I'm drinking. Because as I've said before, if I reveal what I'm drinking, then they'll find it and they'll poison it. Because they are trying to take me down. The only reason I don't get taken out is by keeping my eyes open all the time and staying one step ahead. Because believe me, I am under constant attack. And I would advise you to do the same. So here's the report and the investigation.
The German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, has now become the latest in a growing line of Western leaders to make a surprise visit to Afghanistan this month, following visits by President Barack Obama, British Prime Minister David Cameron, French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Only Sarkozy's trip was concealed, as he was already in India on a state visit when he was rushed, apparently by U.S. military aircraft, to the Afghan war zone. Why the sudden rush of these powerful leaders of the Western world to Afghanistan? This report continues. Directly view the discovery by the U.S. military scientists of what is described as a Vimana, entrapped in a time well that has already caused the disappearance of at least 8 American soldiers trying to remove it from the cave that it has been hidden in for the past 5,000 years. Being discovered in Afghanistan, in a cave, in a hole. I thought we'd bring Steven Quayle in here. Michael Kremos talked about these cases before, too. Steven, welcome back. How are you?
Good, George. Thank you. What a timely story this is to break, because the world's leaders are getting ready to make the grand announcement. The grand announcement will be that obviously we're not alone, we're being visited. But the Vimanas are even a more compelling story, because even going back to the time of Babylon and the Chaldean Empire, they stated, let me just give a statement, we'll go from there. The privilege of operating a flying machine is great. The knowledge of flight is among the most ancient of our inheritance, a gift from those from upon high. We received it from them as a means of saving many lives. Now, what's fascinating is whether you're reading it in Sanskrit, whether you're reading it in cuneiform, whether you're reading it in talking about it, there are thousands of pages, not only on the fact that Vimanas exist, but how their propulsion system works, where they get their raw materials, and they describe in great detail, George, things that make the Pentagon absolutely salivate with the sheer glee of a new ancient weapon system. And it all has a common theme that a if you will, supernatural group of beings, entities, came to Earth and gave this technology, and the privileged always flew around. Even Chinese emperors had flying ships in their ancient history. I'm talking 4,000 years ago.
This is a strange story, Stephen, in that it falls right on the heels of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton calling every ambassador back to D.C. for a very confidential meeting, which I've never heard of before. It's very strange.
Well, there are claims it's happened before. I can tell you this, based on what I understand, it has never happened before. The scuttlebutt behind all of the different people who are talking out of school, that are being threatened with their lives for talking out of school, is that they're being pretty much primed, if you will, and clued in, because they expect, U.S. government expects a mass backlash against the control. The thing that's interesting is that when you find this type of technology, you also find giants. I broke the story from Iran, and I want to share this. The Iranians are basically not backing down. They're going to bring out some of the most astonishing skeletal finds. You know, the number one question I get on giants, and you cannot separate the technology from the giants. And as the Babylonian text says, that they were given the ability to fly in these machines from those who came from heaven, came to earth, or from heaven. In other words, the fallen angels, the gods of the Sumerians, as the Pentagon refers to them.
Okay, now I want to show you something on the map of the Middle East that will absolutely blow you away. I have marked here 5 locations of past significant events and or locations in the Middle East region. And when connected, these will reveal the shocking truth about what is going on there now. First dot is the latest disaster. The false flag gas attacks in Syria, in Damascus. The dot here, the location in southeast Turkey where the giant remains were found in the 1950s. Here, this is the location of the ancient Tower of Babel. This dot here is Baghdad, Iraq. Location of the first false flag in 2003, the WMD false flag. And down here, the final dot is the true location of Mount Sinai from the Bible. But now, look what happens when we connect these dots, and the shocking truth is revealed. One connection, two connections, now from Baghdad to the giant skeleton. Now the Tower of Babel to the Syria gas attacks. And now Baghdad and the Syria gas attacks. Look what we have here. We all know what that is. Absolutely shocking. When we connect the dots, we reveal the true nature of the Illuminati agenda in Syria and the Middle East. Is this linked to the recent findings of the flying craft there, stuck in the time well in Afghanistan? Okay, so it has now been made clear the satanic agenda of the reptilian Illuminati for escalating World War III, with the pentagram being revealed there by connecting the 5 key points, with Syria being the final point to reveal the pentagram, which is, of course, the favorite symbol of the Satanists. And they want to use these flying ancient alien technology to aid them in their domination of the human race. The mind control is really hitting me hard this time, because we've uncovered something huge this time, and they're really getting frightened. And quite frankly, this is horrifying. I mean, they're escalating this on an unprecedented scale, and we've got to try and do something to stop these people, because these maniacs are trying to destroy the planet. So try to use this information to stop them. Stay safe. Keep your eyes open. And, watch out for reptilian attackers. Because believe me, we are under constant attack from these insane maniacs.